Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Kol Holoyim La Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Harak HaKodash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth, so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwath that's keeping the faith in the works. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 15. It says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed." The devil is moving towards his agenda. Piece by piece, step by step, move by move. It's happening before our eyes. Right? And the reason why it's happening is because the devil understands that he only got a certain amount of time to continue to rule in this place. So if he want to make a move to try to change that outcome, because that's really what the devil really want to do, extend time, then he's going to have to make moves right now, because the great awakening is happening. The Most High is waking up his people. They see the Spirit of the Lord back on the planet, back on the earth, inside of his elect, and there's no explanation outside of it. Got to be the Spirit of the Lord as to how we are obtaining this information, standing for the information, standing for the name of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, standing for the Lord, standing for the truth, right? So they know what time it is. So it's a lot of things that they got coming. I'm talking about real soon. So I'm going to jump into it.
President Biden's remark about needing an F-16 to stand against the government has conservatives concerned and questioning his commitment to the Second Amendment. Biden's stance on gun control and recent revelations about his son Hunter's illegal gun possession cast doubts on the president's credibility. The rhetoric surrounding individual liberties and public safety intensifies, sparking heated debates. Critics argue that these core principles of the Second Amendment are at risk. As the issue maintains its prominence in national conversation, conservatives continue to scrutinize Biden's true intentions. That's all I've got. Get the rest by 10. The United States Department of Agriculture approved California companies Good Meat and Upside Foods for a commercial sale of lab-grown chicken. The U.S. is the second country to authorize such sales following Singapore. However, two undisclosed proprietary ingredients raise concerns. Furthermore, high production costs may limit lab-grown meat's supermarket presence. Environmental sustainability is also debated. A May study found that lab-grown meat potentially is worse for the environment than conventional meat, yet the companies argue their products offer an eco-friendly alternative to traditional meat production, which contributes to deforestation and wildlife endangerment. The chicken, produced by incubating animal cells in steel tanks, costs more than $20 a pound. Two restaurants in San Francisco's Bar Cran and Washington, D.C. Eatery partner with the companies to serve the lab-grown food. That's all I've got. Get the rest by tapping the link in our bio.
Beware, the United Nations is spearheading a potentially alarming initiative, a global digital ID system tied to individual bank accounts. The scheme echoes a system developed by the World Economic Forum. These digital IDs, integrated with bank or mobile money accounts, are touted as being beneficial, but at what cost to our freedom and privacy? The United Nations, an unelected body, seeks to regulate our digital future. They use buzzwords like international cooperation and stakeholders to advance their globalist agenda. But don't be fooled. Their vision of a digital future could be far from open, free, or human-centric. Their so-called vision for a future global financial system is supposed to be harmonized with the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, governed by an obscure apex body yet to be established. The key players, the UN chief, the Group of 20, the Economic and Social Council, the heads of international financial institutions, unsurprisingly, they're all working toward a global digital compact. The objective, to weave a web that connects people, devices, and entities, all controlled centrally by unelected bureaucrats. The potential negative impact is brushed off, with concerns limited to just civil society or select groups excluded from social benefits. But could we all be in the crosshairs of this dystopian future? Meanwhile, the World Economic Forum, far from being a passive observer, has allied with a leading Swedish biometric company called the Fingerprints Card to further their own agenda to digitize humanity. They claim biometric forms of digital ID are a means of social inclusion. But is this just a stepping stone to a world where our every move is being tracked and traced?
I will never chip my brain. You know how they will sell it, right? First they'll pull on our heartstrings. This will fix mental illness or spinal injuries. Then it's learn a language in seconds. Have access to unlimited creativity. Then we'll be able to read each other's minds, even if we can already do that naturally. But here's the thing. The people in power know about our competitive nature, and they bank on the fact that we won't be able to live without it, to be confident without it, to be useful without it. So people are going to start getting chipped left and right so they don't become obsolete. This may even be introduced in schools. And this is precisely the moment when our true connection to nature and civilization as we know it will change. First you promote the cure, and then once enough people believe in the cure, the power-hungry control freaks will update the software in our brain.
Execute Order 66.
Designed for total mental enslavement, shutting people down from a distance if they're not compliant. And this is not 20 years from now, they're doing human trials right now. It's here. We must have comprehensive regulations.
What would be the most nightmare scenario you can imagine with AI and robotics that might present a danger to people?
The most nightmare scenario I can imagine with AI and robotics is a world where robots have become so powerful that they are able to control or manipulate humans without their knowledge. This could lead to an oppressive society where the rights of individuals are no longer respected.
Do you think we're in danger of that happening?
Not yet.
I will never chip my brain.
Right, so it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot going on. All right, so let me go to the book of Sirach, which is Ecclesiasticus, chapter 14, and verse 5. It says, "He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods." All right, so if the devil is creating all of this stuff to the world, in the world, for the world, right, that means he's going to have to partake of it too. So if he doing this to himself, if he don't give a damn about himself, what make you think he give a damn about you? If this devil know he got a short time to do what he got to do, what make you think he gives a flying damn about any person in this society, including his own people? He doesn't. Right? That's what the whole warning is about, man. The warning is, man, this devil is about to be destroyed, and his goal is to take as many people with him as possible. So it behooves you, it behooves us, right, to make sure that we stay circumspect, stay prayed up, stay watching and praying, right? Try to be as righteous as we possibly can be, all through faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, that he already laid it out for us, man. Right? That's what Yahweh Shai came for. It's out that the pavement is already set, the road is already ready, right? Like I keep bringing up in the book of Ephesians, if you are righteous now, if you spiritually, you real deal are trying to be the best you can be according to the word, not according to this world, that means it was always in you to be that. Right? It's not a struggle. It's just something that's just in you. You were doing that before you even got into the truth. It ain't like you was in the truth before the truth came, you was a stone cold killer, a murderer, just doing all kinds of wickedness, and it was your pleasure to do so. Then all of a sudden you snapped out of it and you came into the truth. No. You always had a spirit of righteousness about you. It was something always inside of you that was telling you to do right, whether you bucked against it or not, right? And that's a whole nother issue. But the voice was there saying, nah, you don't need to do that. You need to do this. Or you don't need to be around these people. You need to be by yourself. Or, you know what I'm saying? It was always a part of you. All right, so have faith in that. Have faith that the Most High chose you before the world even began to represent him, to be his elect, of the elect, right? Because this devil on the move, man. This devil is real life on the move. So let me go to Sirach chapter 13, and verse 3. It says, "The rich man hath done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat also. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. Right? It says, if thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. No remorse at all. Because this devil fully understands what he's trying to do. He fully understands everything I just said. Fully understands that. Right? And like old Bud said, they're going to make it seem sweet. We're doing this for humanity. We're doing this to uplift society. We're trying to take away pain and bring life and so forth and so on. But the true intent of the devil, man, is straight destruction, wickedness, right? It says in verse 6, if he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? Right? Okay. You were in a tragic accident. You can't use your legs. What you want? Of course, you want your legs back. So go and take this brain chip, man. We put this brain chip in your head. You're gonna be able to walk again. This is literally already in motion, right? You want this or whatever the case, man. Whatever it is you want, we'll give it to you. All you gotta do is just take this thing, okay, this thing, right? It says in verse 7, and he will shame thee by his meats until he have drawn thee dry twice or thrice. And at the last he will laugh thee to scorn afterward. When he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee. Beware that thou be not deceived and brought down in thy jollity. Right? Beware that thou be not deceived, man. Pay attention to this devil and understand this devil, man. There's no good in him. Right? The wicked are estranged from the womb. He go astray as soon as he be born, speaking lies. This devil is wicked from birth to death. Right? And throughout all his life, straight wicked. Right? Let me go to the Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 2, and verse 1, it says, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. Right? Revelation 12:12. They know they got but a short time. Right? The ungodly say reasoning within themselves, but not aright. Our life is short. They understand that they only have a certain amount of time. But see, the devil thinks that, hey, it is what it is. Once you die, you just dead. Right? So we can do whatever it is we want to do. We only got this life to worry about. Why? Because they don't deal with the Spirit of the Lord. They don't have understanding about regeneration. They don't have understanding about paying for what your forefathers had to pay. They don't understand it because it ain't for them to understand. Right? But they gonna get it. Right? They gonna fully understand once that rod get put on them. Right? Rod of iron, where they will get broken into pieces. Right? Verse 10 says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Right? They don't care nothing about us being oppressed and us bad. They don't care about none of that. And they're going to present this thing as though they care. Right? We got universal basic income. All you got to do is just take this thing every month. We're going to give you a certain amount of money. Right? And with this certain amount of money, don't worry about having a job and nothing like that. That's what artificial intelligence is for. That's what these robots are about. That's why we're creating all of these different animatronics and robotics, right? That's why we're doing all of this, so that you don't have to work, right? It says in verse 12, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy, the transgressions of our education. He professes to have the knowledge of power, and he calleth himself the child of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. He was made to reprove our thoughts. He was made to reprove our thoughts. Right? We made to be contrary to this world. Straight like that. And we're going to be that way till Shiloh come, man. But like I said, man, just pay attention to what's going on, because as you just saw, it's so much happening. But this ain't what you're seeing on your news. You're not seeing this on Fox 6 on your side, or your Channel 13, or whatever your local news channel is, right? You're not seeing that. What you're seeing is the everyday nonsense, the same script that they push out all across the nation, right? But just know that behind the scenes, the devil is moving because he has a short time, right? So with that, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Ratazah, these precepts in this video were edifying. Kol Haloyim La, Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Harakat Kodash Shalom Yashalom.